another boat. I heard a lot of different things, but I don't know which one is true. But I need to know exactly what's the last thing people saw Nolan doing. It's going to make my job a lot easier. There were some people that thought he might have, wandered off into the middle of the island. They didn't have that lake, but he sent people up there today, and if he was barefoot, there's no way he made it up there. There's cactuses and there's just a lot of thorny brush and whatnot. He would not would have made it to get to the middle of the island. He probably would have turned around and went back toward the beach. If you were one of the group that was with him, or if you were on the island and you were there and saw anything, please don't be afraid to come forward and tell the authorities exactly what you know, no matter what you might think might be some consequences or whatnot. But it's very important right now in these critical moments.
He was last seen walking toward the water on a holiday weekend, surrounded by friends, surrounded by people, and
yeah, so I hate this situation. I hate the situation of young Nolan Wells because that's drawn, the picture that's painted. The picture that's drawn and painted of young Nolan Wells is that he was a good kid. Like Karmelo Anthony, he was a good kid. He had a lot of white friends though. And then there's a picture of him and his friends on the boat, right? His so-called friends on the boat. The one that I think is the closest to him is the one that's on his right, that sits by itself. The other two, I think they're cool with him because he's a star athlete. They just use him, right? They just using him for his friendship. Y'all come on in, come on in. I apologize for me being gone, but let's just listen to this because this young man didn't deserve to die. And then I'm hearing rumors about his so-called friends lawyering up. One of the friends supposedly has a mother that's a judge. It really doesn't matter that that friend has a mother that's a judge. The case has to be put in her courtroom, which it won't be because of interest, right? Her son is involved in this case, so it can't go to her court. What's up, y'all? Come on in, like the video, subscribe to the channel. We starting this off from the other night when I had to leave to help my wife. About Javeayah Harris, 4-year-old Javeayah Harris, Karmelo Anthony, the black woman in Florida who shot a veteran supposedly in self-defense. And while I was trying to come back for all three of those stories and updates, I've been getting updated about Nolan Wells all day. His case, how it's been going and everything, and how they went from him going to his friends coming back, so-called friends coming back without him, but coming back with his phone, giving his mom his phone, saying we don't know where he is. If this case of Nolan Wells, young 18-year-old football star Nolan Wells, if this case wasn't a homicide, it wouldn't have went like it went at first, in the very beginning, from the start, right? And I believe the friends, or so-called friends, somebody got into it with them out of their group, maybe got to fighting with him or pushed him and he hit his, and he might have bled out and they dumped his body over in the water. somebody was finna probably throw his phone in the water, and they said, no, don't throw his phone in the water. Give it to his mom. Give it to his folks. 'Cause if we give it to his folks, then we guilty of what just happened. And everybody stayed quiet. Everybody stayed quiet until everybody stayed quiet, hoping that his body would never be discovered. Out there on the ocean, they was probably thinking sharks will eat his body. Fuck it, bro. And them sharks didn't eat his body. His body flowed right back up to the shore.
None of them can tell us exactly what happened next. A young man, an athlete, a son, gone in broad daylight on one of the busiest islands on the Gulf Coast. And the people who were closest to him in those final moments are the ones giving the fewest answers. How does someone vanish in front of a crowd and nobody sees a thing? Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. If this is your first time here, I cover real cases, missing persons, unsolved mysteries, and stories that deserve far more attention than they're getting. If that's your kind of content, make sure you're subscribed because we post breakdowns like this all the time. Now,
what's up, y'all? Come on in, like the video,
because
subscribe to the channel.
This case, the more you realize there are hasn't been given answers to.
That's what's up. That's what's up, Jen. You from Mongolia?
See you next month.
So you can get these delivered? It's literally water.com.
Man, that's so far from where I am.
A day meant for cookouts, fireworks.
I'm from Memphis,
boats on the
Tennessee,
water,
the
kind
state
day
of
where
Tennessee in
nothing's
the
supposed to go
U.S.
wrong. Nolan Xavier Wells, a young football player with his entire future ahead of him, traveled out to Horn Island with a group of friends. And here's something important to understand right away.
And
Horn
you
Island
watching
is not
from
some hidden,
Mongolia?
deserted stretch of land.
Okay, it
It's a
means
popular
hello
barrier
in
island off the
Japanese.
Mississippi coast, part
Mongolia.
of the Gulf Islands network. On a normal weekend, it sees
That's
traffic.
what's up. Thank you.
On a
Thank you
holiday
for that,
weekend,
Jen.
like the 4th of July, it's packed. Boats everywhere. People everywhere. Music.
Yeah, and then this island is packed with boats everywhere. No trees. It's just a flat surface. So anything on the island, you can pretty much see it from anywhere on the water. So you telling me you got no witnesses of what happened?
Coolers.
No witnesses?
This was not an
Come on,
isolated place where someone could disappear without witnesses. This was a crowded island filled with potential eyes, and that's where the first major question begins. If this island was so crowded, how is it forward with a clear, complete account of what happened to Nolan? Around 3 p.m. that afternoon, Nolan was last seen on the west tip of the northern side of the island. Blue swim trunks, no shirt, sunglasses on. That moment, captured in a photo, is the last confirmed image investigators have of him alive and accounted for. After that, everything goes quiet. No confirmed sightings, no verified timeline, no clear explanation of who he was with in those
That's
moments
crazy.
after the photo, or how the rest of that day unfolded. And that silence is what has unsettled so many people following this case. Because not long after Nolan failed to return home, his mother, Christine Wansley, began doing what every parent would do. She went public. Social media.
More news for South Mississippi starts now.
That day to come forward.
Thanks for joining us. I'm Noah Noble. First tonight, that desperate search for a missing teenager on Horn Island ending in tragedy. Family members say the body of 18-year-old Nolan Wells was recovered just before 9 o'clock this morning. Jackson County Sheriff.
They recovered his body just before 9 o'clock this morning. It was a park ranger who recovered the body. But Jackson County Sheriff in Mississippi, they the one who led the rescue mission to find him. His coach and his team at his college, they put out a statement saying pray for the family and pray for a Nolan Wells safe return. But we see today that it wasn't a safe return for Nolan Wells. He actually ended up deceased. He ended up dead out there on the 4th of July, a day that was supposed to be spend it and with fun. One thing I did find out. What's up, Keisha? Shout out to Keisha her. She said big Blocstarr. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Appreciate that. Appreciate that. Yep, yep, yep. The foreigners love me. They my people too. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, yeah, yeah. They show much love in the chat. I appreciate them. They teach me a lot of shit about their countries. You know what I'm saying? Shit, they teach us. Um, yeah, but like I was saying, yeah, it was horrible. He got found. His body got found, and then they said that one of the young guys' mother was a judge. And then we had people like Secret Service Sam saying that he talked to Nolan Wells' mother. Um, he talked to Nolan Wells' mother about the incident and everything. And she's asking people there in Mississippi that was at the event if they have any footage with her son on it that can help figure out the timeline and what happened. Please send it to her. DM it to her. And he gave her page for them to DM it to her. But I was just like, man, come on, man. And it's she got private investigators. Her and the dad got private investigators on the case. They started a GoFundMe for $120,000. And like a lot of people asking what you need that much money for. And he said, of course, we believe that most of that money will be going towards the private detectives that they hired to really figure this story out, because it seems like the damn sheriff's department is now trying to throw the story in the media by the sheriff releasing a statement saying that he doesn't believe that it's been any harm, even though the coroner just took the body. And they said, even though the coroner said, yeah, it's the description of the body looks like Nolan, fits Nolan Wells, but they have to still do the autopsy for the DNA, and that in a day. Right, so we should be getting that information soon. The confirmation that yes, it was Nolan Wells' body. But then we need the coroner to do their job and find anything that could have possibly went wrong through his deceased body, through Nolan's deceased body. And if he don't do that, we need this GoFundMe for 120,000 to hit 120,000, so these private detectives can be able to get autopsy and everything released to them, pay these fees and everything. That's what we need. Y'all like the video, subscribe to the channel. We getting into it. Yeah, you gotta love the good trolls. Yep, they gonna be up in here in a second, all over the place. You know how they get, Keisha.
John Ledbetter telling us the body was found on the island by a park ranger. Wells went to Horn Island on the 4th of July and was last seen around 3 o'clock that afternoon. His mother reported him missing late Saturday. The young man was a multi-sport athlete at Ocean Springs High School and was a wide receiver for Southwest Mississippi Community College. Those close to him say he was known for his kindness, genuine personality, and a smile that could light up a room.
What up, Twan?
Sheriff John Ledbetter sitting down with us as speculation surrounding the teen's death grew on social media.
Number one, give the family space and time. They're still processing this tragic event. And all of Nolan's close friends.
And this is the sheriff speaking right here, talking about some get a family some time, give his friends. Now he's trying to throw the situation and make it seem like, young Nolan Wells just died of natural causes. He's a star athlete for his high school football team, graduated, went straight into college to being a star athlete for the college. Freshman, star athlete, wide receiver. You know what I'm saying? Him, the quarterback of this college football team he played for, him, the quarterback, and the coach took a picture as the poster look of their team. That shows you how outstanding this young man was. And I saw a video of Nolan Wells at a party. One of the videos that's going viral of him doing the TikTok dance, right? He doing the TikTok dance. It's nothing but white kids in the room, right? All the white boys are standing around. All the pretty white girls are standing around. One of them is doing the dance with him. Someone's recording. It's another white girl. All of them are looking at him and they very attracted to his black ass. They love him. They happy about him doing the dance. He the only guy in the room that know the dance because he black. It's in his culture. It's in his culture to know how to dance. It's in his culture to know how to move and groove. Yeah. So the white girls turn them on. They loving it, but they should have slowed the camera down so I could see how many jealous white boys was in that room at the time. When all the white girls was paying attention to Nolan because he doing the TikTok dance with the big smile on his face. Yeah. And the white girl next to her like, ah. Yeah. Yeah. Y'all will see the video. It's going viral of him doing the TikTok dance with the white girl and someone's recording and they show their face. It's another white girl. Yeah. All around the room ain't nothing but white girls and white boys. Nolan in there cutting up and he got all the white attention. You mean tell me ain't no white boy in there jealous? Ain't now one of the white girls that he got attention is a girlfriend to one of them white boys that's on the boat with him. That's got an envy for him. And nobody knows until the last minute. Then it's too late. Whose side they gonna take? Still alive and they white. You know what I'm saying? I think they gonna take the white boy side. I mean, I just think that's what's gonna happen.
Yes. And we're still waiting for 100% confirmation. I'll assure you that the Jackson County Sheriff's Office, we're looking at this whole case just like we would any other case, and thorough as we can.
The county coroner's office confirming to us an autopsy will be conducted and the results will be with Jackson County Sheriff's investigators.
Okay. All right, my girl Harris.
We're continuing to follow breaking news tonight. Investigators back out at the home of Javeayah Harris outside of Aiken. They've set up crime team tape and they're searching the nearby woods and inside the home.
Your Sydney Hood and Ethan Hunter are there live at the scene. First, we will go out to Sydney. Sydney, what have you seen and what are the...
Okay, so this is about 4-year-old Javeayah Harris, right? We know that the parents got arrested, right? We know that the parents got locked up. I don't think I mentioned to you all that the parents got locked up. The affidavit got broke out, right? Once the affidavit got broke out and known to the public, which it was known to the public by who I'm playing now, WRDW, channel 1226.com, right? This is the news channel out there in South Carolina where Javeayah Harris, 4-year-old Javeayah Harris is from. This news channel did the coverage of the whole story, right? So I followed them the whole way, right? They found out when the went through. They got the call, right? We listened to the call. We gonna listen to the call tonight. We listened to the call, right? After we found out that the mother was lying, right? So we know how the detectives saw this. Then, after that, they showed the affidavit and showed that through confession that mother confessed that the mother through abusing her, right? And at first I thought it was the father, right? Because he's a drunk, you know, the description that he gave from the store, right? He went to supposedly get Javeayah some snacks and candy. And then he said in the interview, and then I got myself a couple of drinks, you know, like Mad Dogs. And I think he said Ice House, which is Ice House is like a cheap malt liquor beer, right? It's some real ghetto shit, right? I don't fuck with it. Everybody buy it in the ghetto because it's one of the cheapest beers. A lot of cheap beers have malt liquor in them. That's why I don't drink them. You know what I'm saying? If I drink some beer, it's going to be something like Michelob, Modelo's, everything that ain't got malt liquor in it. Anything that's expensive when it comes to beer, I'll drink it. But anything low budget, I don't want it because it's most likely got malt liquor in it. Malt liquor is cheap and it gives me headaches. So I don't even indulge in that, right? Okay, so we found out that, right? Found out the mother killed him. And when I look at the mother and the father mug shots right next to each other, the mother looked like one of those people that has an innocent face, but when you know who they are, face is no longer innocent. That face is a deceitful face. And that's what she is. She's a deceitful character. She beat that girl to death. Got the father with his slow ass, non-working ass, right? Got the father to go along with the story with her. Father to help her get rid of the body if they got rid of the body. That's what I want to say about this part, right? And then, on top of that, lied and went and helped the police and the agents that's out there, helped them woods behind the house, about 3,000 acres, over 3,000 acres of woods. Now, they didn't do the whole 3,000 acres on foot, right? They did as much as they could on foot, and some of them did as much as they could.
Javeayah Harris, after her parents confessed to her and her mother admitted to disposing of her body. Today, dozens of cars lined the outside of their home as investigators and the coroner's office sifted through evidence. News 12 at 10 o'clock starts now. I'm Javeayah. Thanks for joining us. We're told today's search was just for evidence and not for Javeayah's remains. Ethan Hunter has been at the scene ever since afternoon, watching investigators walk in and out of the home and into the woods, collecting evidence and taking photos. That's where he's joining us live tonight. Ethan, what have you seen over the last several hours?
Yeah, it's been really interesting, Zane. I got here at about 5 o'clock just to see the growing memorial beside us and see people who continue to add to it with toys, balloons, or fresh flowers. Lots of people getting off work and coming straight here is what we've seen since it started over the weekend. And when I came back, we were here at around 2 o'clock, and when I came back here at 5 o'clock, investigators had crime scene taped off the Harris household, and it was once again being investigated. Now, we actually haven't seen investigators here because when they were here investigating this area and searching for Javeayah herself, we were staged at the church just about a mile away. So this is the first time that they have been back here since announcing that they believe Javeayah Harris is deceased and charged those parents. So this was very interesting once we first arrived here.
Yeah, so I believe they haven't found 4-year-old Javeayah Harris' body where the parents said that they dumped the body at, and they've done such an extensive search that they want to go back to the house in the forest area behind it and do another extensive search for evidence that may lead them somewhere else, because right now they believe that, and I would too if I was a detective, they believe that Javeayah's parents don't want them to find the body. because then it'll get real extensive. Then they'll most likely receive the death penalty.
Now, we saw investigators coming in and out of the house as well as back in the woods. Those investigators taking a shovel out of the truck at one point, going back into the woods, and it looked like they were sifting with an archaeological sifter through dirt. It looked like some debris as well, some trash maybe. Saw a couple of empty cans and putting that into evidence bags. We saw them coming in and out of the house with evidence bags as well with what looked like could have been some clothing or some cloth rags of some sort, and then also carrying some.
Yeah, they got the bags of evidence of when they killed her, of them cleaning up the crime scene, which was the house. So the police, the sheriff department, after they done an extensive search of the area where Javeayah's parents said that they put her 4-year-old body, and they haven't came up with anything yet. They haven't stopped searching for her in that area, but they haven't came up with anything yet. I believe that they believe the parents don't want them to find her body. So now they've started a second search while they're searching that area, and they came back for the second search. They came back to Javeayah's home and the woods behind her home. Reporters say they even saw sheriff department take out a shovel out of the back of one of their trucks, take out a shovel and go into the woods where they were, sifting through the dirt. So they may even believe that if they find any disturbed areas in the dirt, that Javeayah's body may be still around the home. Rest in peace to 4-year-old Javeayah Harris. Let's get back into it.
Big in a tarp. Now,
y'all come on in, like the video, subscribe to the channel.
Not looking for Javeayah's remains here. They were just looking for more evidence. To my eyes, it looked like perhaps something wooden, like a leg of a chair or a table that they carried out in those tarps, but they ended up.
The leg of a chair or a table, that's one of the things that Javeayah's mother abused her with. We don't know, though, if it was the leg of a chair or the leg of a table. And from them saying the leg of a chair or a table, I believe that the leg might have been a nice size, but small enough to be the leg of a chair and small enough to be the leg of a coffee table or an end table, not an actual dining room table.
Loading everything into their cars and driving off here just about 15 to 30 minutes ago. So this has been recent that they have been away from here. They also took the crime scene tape down, which there was no crime scene tape at around 2 o'clock when our crews were here earlier in the day. Then at 5 o'clock we came back, and that is when this investigation kicks right back up here at Javeayah Harris's house. And I'll have you take a look at this memorial. This is what we came out to see here.
Like the video, subscribe to the channel.
We were just trying to see how this has grown, because it has grown so much since even we were out here yesterday, and so many people here came out to add to that memorial and ended up staying to watch investigators work. There was probably around 100 people in total that had come here, many of them laying down balloons, laying down flowers, laying down Minnie Mouse stuffed animals or other stuffed animals that they believe Javeayah would have liked. It's really all about coming together as an Aiken community and doing something in this unthinkable tragedy that nobody really knows what to do. A few people decided that it would be nice to set some toys down, and that has just continued to grow. I spoke with one woman who came here today for just that reason and ended up staying for a few hours watching investigators work, but all she wanted to do was let Javeayah know she is loved.
I have a daughter. I've lost a daughter. Like, it hit.
Now, I understand her, and this is a white woman, Miss Amanda Nixon. I understand her saying that she one of the women that bought toys, brand new toys, and set it there, and then stayed at the crime scene after getting off work. And she just wanted Javeayah Harris to know that people are here for her. Yeah, let her know, but you're letting her know while she's in heaven, and these are people of her community. They too late. They should have been letting that 4-year-old baby know that someone was there for her while she was here. Now it's too late.
Me in a place that I didn't even know I had. I didn't. Because I love her and I don't even know her. I'm sure there's plenty of people here that's been here, are going to come here, that are here right now, that love her and don't even know her. And I think that
she was only 4.
She hears the prayers coming in. I think she sees when we light the candles. I think she sees when we stand out here. I love this. I love this. Like, she was loved. She may not have been loved while she was here, like she should have been, but she's definitely loved now. And
that's what I'm saying. She wasn't loved like she should have been when she was here. It's too late now. I mean, you can still love her while she's in heaven, but it should have been shown while she was here. She was only 4 years old, and when both of her parents took her life. Innocent, but baby. Javeayah Harris was only 4 years old when her parents took her life. She was innocent. Javeayah Harris was innocent. Innocent of hurt, innocent of pain. She was only 4 years old. The only thing she was guilty of was love. She's a baby. She's going to make some mistakes, but the only thing she really knows how to do is love. And she loves unconditionally because she's a baby. She loves everybody. She gives everybody a chance. And the 2 people that should have been there for her the most took her life. She didn't deserve that, man. When I think about my daughters, they 12 and 11. When I think about them, though, when I think about my daughters, even though they're 12 and 11, when I think about when they was 4 years old, if I could have even thought of some shit like Javeayah Harris' parents did, if I don't condemn myself, everybody around me, I will want them to condemn me. To take my own 4-year-old's baby life, baby girl at that. Not to take anything away from baby boys, but they're a little bit tougher than a baby girl. It's crazy, man.
When we all get there, when we all get to heaven, she's going to know who we are. Then I think that's really important, that she's loved even though she's not here anymore.
And she is certainly loved even though she's not here anymore. So many people have come out to support Javeayah and support law enforcement, many people watching them work today as well. And so much of this memorial has been added just in the last few hours since we've been here. So this is really a new development.
Y'all come on in, like the video, subscribe to the channel.
Investigators back on the scene now, right now at 10 o'clock. They have left just about 30 minutes ago. So we'll continue to keep you updated, but certainly the community using this spot to gather and tell Javeayah just how loved she is.
And this really has just been a huge outpour from the community that doesn't even know this little girl, Ethan. That was powerful to hear from that woman. I think she said it best. If she wasn't loved while she was here on this
Y'all come on in,
world,
like
she's
the
certainly
video,
loved
subscribe
now,
to the channel.
and we know that she can feel it. Thank you for following this. Ethan has been out there all day since like 5 o'clock when investigators did arrive, following this update 1 week exactly from when Javeayah was first reported missing. Ethan, thank you.
Yeah, so we talking about Javeayah Harris, y'all.
Next collection. No inventory, no risk, just drops.
You really want to take your brain off the...
She was only 4 years old when her parents took her life. And her mother took her life at that.
Breaking news as we speak. Authorities are searching the woods behind the home of 4-year-old Javeayah Harris. I have just...
This when they came back from the other area, still searching the other area that the parents led them to, and said they dumped her body. But they came back to the house, still doing extensive search. They haven't found her yet. They came back to the house. Now this is the second scenario, that they have found her. They're not telling us, right? She's had autopsy by the coroner, and they found out the abuse that she'd been through. So they went back to the house to find evidence and what could have been used as weapons in the abuse that she went through that they discovered. That's the second scenario. They could have found her body and just not releasing it to the press yet. But so far it's looking like they haven't found her body. So they probably didn't find her body yet. If they didn't, they're coming back to the house to do an extensive search to find evidence of probably how the parents moved after they figured out that she was dead from the abuse and wanted to get rid of her body, which was a month before the mother made the phone call reporting her missing. Only 4 years old. You make a phone call, fake crying and out of breath, which you probably ran around and got yourself emotional before you made the call, right? And then you lied and reported her missing like she just went missing out the front yard when you know you killed your daughter and dumped her body. Then when the police comes, you and the father, who both know that you killed her and y'all dumped her body, helps the police search for her in an area behind the house, around the house that you know she wasn't, or that you know her body wasn't. That's crazy, man.
Confirmed moments ago, that agency is the Aiken County Sheriff's Office.
And you're Ethan Hunter there on the scene live. Ethan.
Damn, my shit came unplugged. Give me a second.
Yeah, we just came out here to get some updated video of the memorial, check out the house, talk to some neighbors, but I pulled up and found investigators here, crime scene.
It's the news station. They talking about how investigators that came back to the house after arresting the parents, and what the investigators were doing, what they saw the investigators doing, what they saw the investigators getting. They had a chair leg, or what might have been a dining room, a coffee table leg or an end table leg, and they put it in a bag. And I said that could have been one of the murder weapons. One of the weapons that the mother used to abuse 4-year-old Javeayah Harris, right? They said they seen them take a shovel out the back of the police vehicle and take it in the woods behind the house where they were all grouped, messing around with dirt that they thought may have been disturbed, right? And they saw them get a bag and put a whole bunch of different cloths and what it looked like was towels and stuff. I said that's probably the crime scene towels, the bloody towels or towels that they use that they may have washed that still had blood stains, or didn't look like it had blood stains, but they shined the light on it, and you know, blood stains turn blue in the UV light, a light blue. They probably turned the lights off, shined it, boom, UV shows that this had blood on it. So they took it off for evidence to take DNA, right? Because if they don't find the body, all of this type of shit will help. It'll show how the blood is aged from different days of beatings on the wooden leg of whatever, the dining room, coffee table, end table, chair, whatever. You know, the bloody towels. There's so many bloody towels and sheets or whatever that she went through multiple times. She went through abuse like this, and they just laid her up, which means she probably had internal bleeding and no one ever even knew. They didn't take her to the hospital after beating her. They probably just let her lay up and heal. I'm sure they'd never let family watch her, because having to watch a child and take care of them, you got to change their clothes, give them baths. They would see the bruises. But how does this go on? Of at least 4 years, how does this go on? Or at least 2 years once she turned 2. Or once she started walking, how does this go on for that many years and no one in the family knows? Trust me, the family feels very guilty. But they shouldn't have to, because the parents should have did the right thing. They could have gave them to one of their family members, one of their parents, her grandparents. They could have did that. They didn't though. Y'all come on in, like the video, subscribe to the channel. This is about 4-year-old Javeayah Harris. Yeah, they could have did that. They could have gave her up for adoption, or allowed one of her sets of grandparents or aunties or uncles that wanted her, allowed them to adopt her. But instead, they acted like kids. They acted like she was their age, and they used her as a punching bag. Yeah, even if the dad didn't touch her, even if this would have never happened and he didn't help get rid of the body, and Javeayah Harris was still alive and she was still going through the abuse, he's guilty too, because he allows it to go on. He sleeps next to that woman every night knowing that she beats on their 4-year-old daughter who can't defend herself, and he doesn't defend her. He doesn't tie the mom up when she sleeps and call the police and gets Javeayah out of that house and runs as far as he can. He doesn't do that. So he's the same guilty as the mother that beat her every day, every other day, or every so often, till it killed her. 4 years old, till it killed her. No one, no family should have to put a casket in the ground that small. My condolences goes out to Javeayah Harris, 4-year-old Javeayah Harris's family, on both sides. Y'all didn't deserve this. What y'all son and daughter did to y'all granddaughter and y'all nieces and nephew. Y'all nieces to the aunties and uncle. Y'all cousins to the nephews and nieces. She didn't deserve it. Y'all didn't deserve it.
Taping the house off once again. I'll have you take a look behind me here. You can see the memorial is still up right there, but investigators have come to the house, crime scene taped off the yard, and are going back into the woods there. I don't know if you can see that, but one investigator just went back into the woods right behind me. You've seen them coming in and out of the house as well with gloves on and what appeared to be evidence bags as well, coming in and out of the house here for the last 15 or so minutes since I arrived. There's about 5 unmarked cars here, which is why we originally didn't know what
Okay, and most, okay. So all the cars that's there from law enforcement is unmarked. So that's not the sheriff's. Let me correct the news station. That's not the sheriff's. That's not any agencies. Those are straight detectives. Those are straight detectives. All 5 of the cars of law enforcement that's there searching the home is unmarked. If all 5 of the vehicles are unmarked, and I'm seeing a Dodge Durango truck, all white, right? If all of them are unmarked, that means everyone that's at that scene right there is detectives. So that means you have 5 or more detectives that have come back to the house. The sheriff and them and the search party is still out in the Great Lakes, searching the water areas and searching the woods for 4-year-old Javeayah Harris, while detectives, over 5 unmarked vehicles have come back to the home in the wood area behind the home and is searching that area and has found evidence. Justice for 4-year-old Javeayah Harris. And it's coming soon. Let's get back into it.
Which agency it was here. Now confirmed that it is the Aiken County Sheriff's Office that is here. But like I said, this was not up here. There were not investigators here just a couple of hours ago. This is a recent development. Came back to talk to some more neighbors, be in the area once again, and saw all of this happening here behind us. Got a few different investigators coming in and out. There's a truck with a trailer parked in the driveway of this home, as well as a couple of unmarked cars off to my right. So they're coming in and out of the house. I watch them right as I pull up, put on some bug spray, and walk straight back into the woods behind the home that Javeayah lived in here. And as you can see to my left, that memorial still going. Some people still pulling up to see the memorial, also surprised by investigators back at the home. We're going to keep you updated as we continue to watch and observe and try to find out more about what they're doing here, because like I said, they were not here just a couple hours ago. This is new that investigators have returned to the home, and crime scene tape blocked off this house and this yard once again.
And Ethan, I want to ask you real quick, because we did just learn this was the Aiken County Sheriff's Office who is there on scene. There is a truck over to your left, when you turn around to your left, that has the tailgate open. What is that we're seeing? Because we know they're in the house. They grabbed a brown bag for evidence.
Right,
too.
and Ethan, we want to let you know, we know you're out there by yourself. If you want to get behind the camera and zoom, and so you can get an idea too, a visual of what's going on, that's absolutely fine. I mean, guys, this is live TV, and we're just bringing it to you as it happens. Again, being totally transparent that Ethan was just in that area when he noticed this. So we're trying to get more information. Again, the evidence bag is important. But yeah, continue with your question about that. So now that Ethan has a visual.
Yeah, the sheriffs, they don't have evidence bags from Javeayah's parents' house. Those detectives that work for the sheriff's department, these folks have Yeti totes. The Yeti totes that they use in the military, full of evidence from Javeayah's parents' home of her being abused as a child. They even have clothes of hers, past clothes from past incidents where she's been abused by her mother. This is horrible. I can't believe that the dad allowed this to go on. But yeah, I can't believe it, because at the same time, she was able to influence him and make him get rid of 4-year-old Javeayah Harris' body with her after she killed her. And it's like, did either one of you for 1 second, this is 4-year-old Javeayah Harris' parents, this is to y'all. I know you fucks behind bars and you deserve every last thing that's coming to you. But let me ask y'all this, 4-year-old Javeayah Harris parents. Did either one of you for one time have remorse after she was lifeless? Because we know the phone call to the police was fake remorse from the mother. We know the dad took an interview with this same news channel that's covering their daughter's death. 4-year-old Javeayah Harris. Gotta say her name every time out of respect. She was a beautiful 4-year-old princess who didn't deserve what her parents did to her. Yeah, Dad, we heard you in the fucking interview on the news channel over the fucking phone, not showing any remorse when you're recalling first, supposedly, which was a lie, first hearing about your daughter going supposedly missing from your daughter's mother, who was fake crying in front of the police when you came back up to the house. You knew what was going on. You told her to call them and make the false police report. And yeah, I've heard their names 1,000 times. 4-year-old Javeayah Harris, her parents, the mom and the dad that killed her. I've heard their name plenty of times, but I've never fucking paid attention. Never wanted to. They didn't deserve her. The family is fucked up right now. Both sides. I'm talking about in the head. They discombobulated. But they can make up for this. They can change this. They can make this right in Javeayah Harris's name. Baby girl was only 4 years old. Her family that's out there, that's got her little sibling that the mother had when she made the call and shit, she had the baby that same night. She probably ran back and forth from the house to the wooded area right there behind the trailer just to get herself energized and out of breath. I don't know, for the phone call, the fake ass phone call that she put in, reporting her daughter missing when she knew that she killed her. And when you listen back to the phone calls and shit with the operator, you say, oh, yeah, you could tell she killed the girl. Right now, with us knowing she killed the girl, because we know when we hear the operator call, when she calls in her daughter missing, her 4-year-old daughter, Javeayah Harris, missing, you can tell that she knows. Like, did you ask any neighbors? No, ma'am, these are bad people. They do drugs. I don't associate with them. What's the neighbor? This is a bad neighborhood. Listen, the operator know where you calling from. She know if it's a bad neighborhood or a suburban neighborhood. She know if it's a ghetto or a suburban neighborhood. She knows by the zip codes. She knows. You don't have to tell her. And anytime someone does something criminal or they're guilty of something criminal, they always volunteer the information that they don't need to volunteer. That's what makes them incriminate themselves. That's the first piece of evidence used against them. This phone call is going to be the first piece of evidence used against the mother in the trial. The interview that the dad took on the news station is going to be the first piece of evidence that they use against him in the trial. Then they'll use their interviews against them. Everything that they confess, they'll use it against them. Everything they confess without a lawyer, they'll use it against them in the trial. And like I said, they deserve the death penalty, not life in prison. They killed their 4-year-old baby girl. They deserve the death penalty.
I just wanted to be able to see some of what we're seeing on scene. I know he's across the street from the house too, so we're seeing this for the very first time.
What's up, Marie?
So we have so many questions as to what they're looking for.
Shout out Marie Janelle. She said exactly. Good.
So many of you had asked, why did they get out of the
Damn
truck?
right.
What kind of evidence did they see inside the house? Had they been in the house before?
Yes.
Now again,
Yes.
showing back up this.
I'm finna find it right now, Marie. I'm finna find I'm finna find the phone call to the operator from the mother, and I'm finna find the interview that the dad took with the news channel WRDW for South Carolina, where they're at. I'm finna find them both. I'm gonna play this while I find them. No problem. I got you.
This afternoon, and essentially looking for evidence, we believe.
Yeah, and you can see them coming and going. The evidence bags, of course, a big clue here that they are looking for something specific. And as we mentioned in the last half hour, Ethan, it really is a stark contrast between, this memorial, the community outpouring of love and support, and now this new crime scene tape that dots the scene and is a really sad reminder, really, of what has taken place.
Today when you walk in the hallways, you hear this bing, bing. It's not apps being created. It's problems that are being solved. The gap between the pace that...
Yeah, you're right. And to answer Will's question from just a second ago, that truck is kind of what they're working out of. I've seen some of these investigators with cameras. A few of them have cameras, obviously to take pictures of different things in the house and in the woods. And that cooler there, they just brought a full case of water, one of those Costco full-size cases of water that they put into that cooler. So I don't know if that's a sign that they might be here for a long period of time. They may expect to be here for a long period of time or not, but it is very hot out here, as we know, and has been very hot through all of this search. So it looks like they just replenished that cooler, as well as have been taking things in and out of that truck. Haven't been able to see everything, but I don't know if that's a sign that they're going to be here for a long time to come here tonight. But that is what I watched here as one investigator pulled up in the end. But like you said, it is a very stark contrast here. You can see the crime scene tape and you can see the memorial. So many people you can see some people that walk behind me. Everybody's come just to see the memorial. Some people that are just getting off work to come by, maybe with... and I did see a few children actually right before we went.
And we want to go ahead and start it. We actually came together for a reason.
Give me a second.
Phone numbers in the back to help. You have the right to a jury trial. You also have the right and obligation
It's
to
the
attend all
bond here.
court
Hold
proceedings.
on.
If you choose not to attend, you may be tried in your absence, and things warrant may be issued for your arrest. And you could face additional charges. If your charges are dismissed or you're found not guilty, you also have the right to petition the court to have those charges expunged, which means that they will come off of your criminal history. You have the right to represent yourself, or you can get your own attorney. If you cannot afford to hire an attorney, the court may appoint an attorney to represent you. We will start the qualification process today, but it's up to you to follow up.
I'm finna get
Charges that will be heard in general
right
sessions court,
now.
you contact the public defender's office
Okay.
to complete the application process.
Okay.
Court dates, times, and locations will
Here
be
we
included
go.
in the paperwork that I'm about to give you. So don't try
Okay.
to keep up with everything in your head. For charges that will be heard in
Marie,
general
we
sessions
got
court,
it.
you have the right to
I'm
a
finna get
preliminary
ready to
hearing.
play it right now.
Your hearing does not determine if you are guilty or not guilty. It simply confirms the probable cause.
Okay, we got the 911 phone call from the mother. Now remember, now we know that the mother and the father killed Javeayah Harris, got rid of her body. We already know that they killed Javeayah Harris. Now we're listening to it after we know this. Now you tell me that you don't know. I mean, that you can't tell that she killed her daughter the way she's saying too much. Here it is right here.
The parents of 4-year-old Javeayah Harris confessed to killing their daughter and getting rid of her body in newly obtained warrants. Plus, we're hearing the 911 call from Javeayah's mother the night she went missing.
Here it is right
She
here.
was outside playing, and I came out here after cookie dinner looking, and I'm looking for her, but I don't put her nowhere.
And tonight we're continuing to follow the investigation into Javeayah Harris's death and the search for her body that's still ongoing.
Warrants say both parents failed to get medical attention for Javeayah after suffering an injury from physical abuse between May 1st and June 15th. Her parents, Javeayah Harris and Michelle Harris,
For almost a month and a half, from May 1st to June 15th, she suffered injuries from abuse, and her parents did not seek her medical attention. For almost a month and a half, a month and 15 days, from May the 1st to June the 15th.
are both charged with homicide by child abuse, with Herring also facing a charge of filing a false police report. They were both denied bond over the weekend. DSS says the couple had another baby the same night Javeayah was reported missing. They say that baby is in the custody of another family member.
And tonight, your Sydney Hood joins us in the studio to break down the warrants and the 911 call, which tell two very different stories, Sydney.
And in that 911 call, Javeayah's mother was very descriptive, from describing what Javeayah was wearing the night she reported her missing to what she was doing at the house as well.
Lordy.
In that call, Michelle Herring tells dispatchers she stepped inside to cook dinner, told 4-year-old Javeayah it was almost
I'm talking about she straight lied to the fucking police. And you can tell that she ran around and got herself out of breath. You know what I'm saying? Because Javeayah was gone a month ago. You killed her a month ago. Right? And you're just reporting her missing. I mean, you're reporting her missing. You're not just reporting her missing because she never went missing. Her parents killed her and dished her body. Didn't even have a proper burial for their baby girl, 4 years old. They didn't even love her enough to do that. This is crazy. We got this 911 call. We finna hear this shit.
time to come in, and when she came back outside, her daughter was gone. She says she last saw her no more than 20 to 30 minutes before that call. She tells the dispatcher she checked the chicken coop, where she says she finds Javeayah every day, and she wasn't there.
Oh my God. I'm on the way to you. Just to confirm, where was she in the house when you saw her last? No, she wasn't in the house, ma'am. She been playing outside today. And she asked me, can she play?
Her voice is trembling because her voice is only trembling because of the fear of being caught, right? But she's such a natural liar. She allows the fear of being caught to overwhelm her body, so it shows in her voice, but she's using it to project it to the 911 operator as fear of she don't know where her 4-year-old daughter is. Somebody had to snatch her. Because she live in a trailer park area. Look, just because you live in a trailer park does not mean that it's ghetto. Does not mean that it's bad. All trailer park areas aren't bad. All trailer parks aren't bad. Some of them motherfuckers is nice as hell. Long ass trailers. Motherfucker got 4-5 bedrooms in them. And they only lease them out to people with good credit. You know what I'm saying? Like, every trailer park ain't bad. Even the ones that's bad, every person in it ain't bad. But you try to blame it on the area that you stay in. You tried to blame it on your fucking neighbors. That's what you was really throwing hints at to the operator that one of your neighbors might have got it because they all do drugs and you don't hang around them. You threw that in there. Why? Unless you're trying to make sure they got every thought in their head except for you and the dad killing your 4-year-old daughter. The truth. Listen to her ass, y'all.
For a little bit more before it got dark, and I said yes. And I literally, her bathwater is in the tub, red, and dinner is cooking, and I came out here to get her, and I can't even find her. Okay, is there a certain place she likes to play outside?
She just said, and I came out here to get her, and I can't even find her. She not even really crying. She making it sound like she crying, though. Do you see how this woman is fucking like this killer? She serial abused her 4-year-old daughter. I mean, repeatedly. It became a thing to her. But 4-year-old Princess Javeayah Harris' body could not handle the force of an adult. She couldn't handle them blows. Them blows took her life. Rest in peace, Princess Javeayah Harris. Them blows took her life. And then a month later, these fake ass parents, yeah, they wasn't parents, them really demons. Them really demons. Yeah, they been possessed. Yeah, they don't go to church. Fuck that. Because it don't matter if you don't go to church. They don't even watch church on TV. They don't even, if they don't watch church on TV or go to church, they don't even have church or pray with their family. See, because if they had God in their heart, they wouldn't have been able to stand it. The first time she draw back, she gonna catch herself because she got God in her. Yeah, these folks was straight fucking demons. What you said, they are not people. You heard me? And then they probably addicts. Why she throwing it on the neighbors, talking about the neighbors do drugs. That's probably why the neighbors don't want to be around them. Because they do drugs. And that's all they think about. They don't think about that 4-year-old baby. Or the baby that she was pregnant with. You got to think. That baby saw its big sister die before it even knew what dying was. In the stomach, that baby feel and sees everything that the mama feel and sees through the mama eyes, through the mama's emotions. That baby saw that. Don't even know though. Don't even know what dying is. Was still an embryo. See, Javeayah gonna live through her smaller sibling. Because when she died, the day that her spirit got set free, the day that her lying ass demon, I don't know what to call they ass, them lying ass demons, the day they tried to erase her and gonna forget her all the way, and they called the police. Look, it opened up a whole damn new globe of shit. It got them put in the cage. it got her smaller sibling taken away from them so he or she could live a life and allow Javeayah to live through them. Yeah, her spirit is living through that baby now. Yeah, that baby gonna make a lot of people happy. That baby is gonna do things in that baby's sister name, big sister name, the big sister that the baby didn't even get to know, because don't have to come to the baby one day in this life. Whether it's still a baby or a teenager, whoever, they can understand. It's gonna have to come into the baby life. Who is this beautiful baby right here? That was your big sister. What happened? She died. What? When? How? Can't tell you how now, but when she was 4 years old. About a month and a half born when they made the call. Yeah, from her running around, gyrating, getting herself out of breath for the phone call like she had been looking for Javeayah, she went into labor.
Usually in the chicken coop, and that's usually where I find her every day. I just look in here and she's not in here.
Get a free phone from AirTalk Wireless. Free phone. Free 5 gigabytes of data. No monthly bill.
From there, the questions turned into where Javeayah might have gone. Herring told dispatchers she had already checked the chicken coop and then checked in the wooded path behind their home. Herring also tells dispatchers that Javeayah is friendly, not afraid of strangers. Dispatchers asked if Javeayah had any health issues. Herring mentions autism, but no formal diagnosis had been made. She says, quote, she is very smart. She can carry on a...
Now, this is the thing. Everything that this news anchor is saying that the mama said to the operator, I'm just realizing this. The shit about she's not scared of strangers. She's very smart. She can carry on a full conversation. The dad said this same shit about Javeayah in the interview with this same news channel. A younger anchor on this same news channel. He took a over the phone interview. He was stuttering and everything. But when they asked about Javeayah, he said the damn near the same thing. So now if the detectives is hearing this before they just lock their ass up, because all of this happened before they locked them up, the phone call and the nigga taking the interview. After he took the interview, after the dad took the interview over the news channel, that's when the detectives and the sheriff department came and locked him and the mother up on the murder charges, right? Because your stories are not the same, right? Are not identical, but you got parts in your story that's identical or around identical, which sounds like you guys rehearsed this. That's how the detectives break it down every time. They rehearse this. You can tell now. Yeah, they gotta stop playing, wishing harm on babies. Yeah, we get you out of the chat for that. Y'all come on in, like the video, subscribe to the channel.
Full conversation. In the call, Herring also says that she is 39 weeks pregnant, telling dispatchers she cannot keep up with her daughter the way she normally would.
Me and my husband just got pregnant in his house. I don't know about this area much, but it's not a good area, I'll tell you that.
It's not a good area, I'll tell you that. She sound retarded. Yeah, something the demon could take over just like that. In the blink of an eye. No kind of strength. Especially to beat on somebody that's 4 years old that you gave birth to. You're supposed to love and cherish that child.
Not good.
Okay, you say you searched the woods. Is that behind your house?
Yes, it's like a pathway right behind my house. And we usually take the dog sometimes in the woods to just let him run. And she'll come, so I know she knows about the woods. And But I looked down the same way that we walked, and I did not see her.
She said, and I looked down the same way we walked, and I do not see her. She said, we usually take the dogs out into the woods, so I know she knows about the woods. But I looked on the path the way that we walking, I didn't see her. It's all an act, though. They dumped their 4-year-old baby body somewhere. And I don't think they being 100% honest about where exactly they dumped the baby body, because they telling them the area, but they don't want them to find her body. Because when the coroner do an autopsy, they're gonna see that it was longer than a month and a half that she had been going through abuse from her mother and her father. Yeah, they're gonna see some fractures, bones all through her body and everything. They're gonna see that she had been enduring this for a while. The dad probably stupid and cheat all over the mama, and then she abused the daughter for it, and then he allowed it to happen as long as she ain't mad with him, and he might join in sometimes. God damn it, you can't tell me if he was around them and he was allowing his girl to beat on their 4-year-old daughter and he wasn't doing anything to stop it, that he wasn't joining in. You can't tell me that. If I was a juror, you wouldn't be able to prove it to me. No matter what you say, no matter where you put him, in the house, outside the house, in the situation, outside the situation, when he come to the house and he see his daughter bleeding and he see bloody shit on that, and he don't do nothing about it, then he adding to it. Yeah, we ain't giving neither one of these parents no leeway. Oh, it was all the mother. Nah, it was both of them. It was all the mother and the father. Both of them. And they deserve the death penalty for this shit. I ain't lying. They deserve the death penalty for this shit. The other baby don't even need to ever see them or know about them. When the other baby have to hear about their 4-year-old big sister being murdered, and the individuals that did it, that baby don't even need to know that that was their mother and father. Because they weren't their mother and father. They took their baby's life, goddammit, and they would have took the other baby's life if this story would have never broke open, because they done got away with it for so long, because that was a long time. You got away with it for so long that you had to. Somebody must have called. It was getting close to the 4th of July, and somebody called, and they want to see Javeayah. Yeah, you going into labor. We finna be at the hospital. Make sure Javeayah there. Now, they ain't gonna believe Javeayah with nobody. Your folks gonna be there too. They ain't gonna believe Javeayah with a friend. Somebody gonna want to come pick her up. Shit, we gotta call and report her missing. Y'all just analyze this shit for a second. This is what these folks said, because she said she was 39 weeks, so she knew she was finna get ready to have the baby soon. It's on the brink of 4th of July. They made the call on the, I believe, the 28th of June. It's the brink of 4th of July. Yeah, grandma and granddad want to see their grandbaby. If they don't see them, if you don't ever bring the grandbabies by grandma and granddad's house, they want to at least see the grandbabies on 4th of July, their birthday, Thanksgiving, and Christmas. The other holiday, New Year's, Mother's Day, Father's Day, they don't even really care about that. They want to see their grandbaby. When they have a grandbaby, they want to see their grandbaby on all them holidays. So what you gonna tell them? 4-year-old Javeayah Harris' parents, what you gonna tell them? What you gonna tell her grandparents? Huh? Javeayah's parents, what you gonna tell her grandparents when they say, we want to see her for the 4th? Yeah, we know you're gonna be in the hospital. We gonna be up there. You just make sure Javeayah there. The other grandparents gonna be there too. You can't tell them anything. We got to call and report her missing. That's what they said. And then they called and they got a lie together. He said, I'm gonna walk to the store. I'm gonna buy some candy, like I'm buying some candy for her, and I'm gonna get some Mad Dogs and shit like it was a regular walk. And you gonna call them and you gonna report her missing. And I'm gonna come back like, what happened? And you gonna be yelling and crying, Javeayah's gone. That's what we gotta do. That's the only thing they'll believe. That's the only thing the people believe. And they thought they was getting away with it because that's exactly what they did. Right? And then they even went as far as helping the police department and the sheriff's department search the woods and shit behind the house when they got the search party together. Search the woods with the dogs and shit in the drones for Javeayah like she was back there, and they knew. Probably was looking at each other every time they saw the officers wasn't paying attention to them, looking at each other, smiling like, we did this shit. You took a 4-year-old's life, a baby that you brought into this world. And you expect us, not just America, but the world, you expect us to feel sorry for you. I hope they give y'all ass the death penalty. She put on a good ass act for the 911 operator.
We now know that everything in that call is not what happened. The arrest warrants that I have here say everything in that call is not true. Will the warrants use strong language here, saying that both parents...
The arrest warrants say that everything that was in that 911 call was not true. They got the arrest warrant.
Showed, and I want to read quote for quote here, extreme indifference to human life by not seeking medical attention for Javeayah after knowing she suffered physical abuse, which the arrest warrants say were at the hands of Herring.
And both parents are charged with homicide by child abuse, like we know. Herring also charged with filing a false police report, and on her warrants for that charge, they also mentioned that the mother had said that Javeayah was abducted. They conducted interviews. They found out that that wasn't true, and then that's when the mother also said that that she had gotten rid of Javeayah's body in another location. But going back to that 911 call, it is completely not true. So you hear the entire story that she's telling dispatchers. It's just unbelievable and shocking to hear that entire story happen, knowing what we know now. And she gave an entire description of Javeayah that night, even saying that she talked to her and that Javeayah said that she wanted to play outside a little bit longer and didn't want to come inside. The mother also saying that Javeayah was wearing pink Minnie Mouse pajamas and had pink beads in her hair that night. So giving a very descriptive image of what Javeayah looked like when she had gone missing. We know that's not true at this point, and that she had been deceased for at least a month before that 911 call happened.
I told y'all, they felt like they had got away with it. She had been deceased at least a month before the 911 call. The 911 call was June the 28th. Just the end of last month. And when, look, y'all, not just grandparents, the whole family. What holidays do damn near that you can get everybody in the family to come out? Is it not 4th of July, our Independence Day here in America? Fucking Thanksgiving and Christmas? Ain't them the main 3 holidays? that you're gonna be able to get grandparents and everybody to come out. They want to see the kids, and the kids want to do the fireworks. And we're gonna do the fireworks for the kids and barbecue on 4th of July. That's family. Grandma and grandpa with all the daughters, or just grandma and grandpa, gonna make the big Thanksgiving dinner. We gonna all come over their house, eat Thanksgiving together. Some other family members gonna bring extra, you know what I'm saying, trays of shit. Casseroles and greens and cabbages and shit like that, cornbreads. And Christmas. So we Blocstarr analysts in this motherfucker. So when we thinking this shit over, we like, yeah, okay, they reported it on June the 28th. She was 39 months pregnant. She was finna get ready to have the baby, right? She was gonna have it around the 4th of July. Everybody calling to see, cause they see her pregnant. They like, when you finna have the baby? She like, around the 4th of July. I don't know if it's gonna be the 4th, but I'll probably be in the hospital for the 4th. They like, okay, we want to see Javeayah. Y'all make sure Javeayah there. So she wait a couple of days. She wait till the 28th, right? But she tell a nigga, and they make this plan that how they gonna do. They wait till the 28th. They like, today is the day, right? So, get ready. Boom. And they plan this shit strategically. That's why we can't feel sorry for them. They plan this shit strategically. I mean, they must have went to Barnes and Noble and got the motherfucking killing babies for dummies or some shit like that. They must have got the how to get away with the most with the worst crimes for dummies. They got something like that. And they read this shit very slowly, cause they dumb as fuck. They read it, but they read it very slowly. They read it like, going to, yeah, they read it very slowly, cause they some jackasses, some stupid asses, right? And then they strategically planned on how to get away with their 4-year-old daughter's murder. They called the police, right? While he gone to the store to get some Mad Dogs and some Ice House and some candy to make it seem like she was there when he left. So when he telling the police, no, yeah, she was here. They were both just here together when I left and went to the store. Look, I just got some candy for her. You know, the Mad Dogs and beers, that's for me and my girl, but, you know, because we work hard. But, yeah, I just got some candy and some chips for her. I was coming from the store. I thought it was, y'all was here because my wife pregnant. I know she finna get ready to have a baby. See, they said all of this. He said this in the interview with the news station. He said, I seen the big police presence when I came around the corner. And then when I got to the top of the street or on the block, I noticed that it was at my house, and I knew that my girl was pregnant. So I rushed down to the house, and she ran up to me and she said, Javeayah's missing. And I said, what? And I had told the police, I had told them that, you know, when I seen them, I thought that they was here because my girl was pregnant. And I knew she was finna have a baby. He said, so you don't know what could have happened to Javeayah. The man said, sir, look, sir, I don't know what could have happened. He sounded like he was defending himself from making Javeayah missing. making Javeayah end up missing. He sounded like when the news anchor asked him, so you don't know what happened. Instead of him saying some shit like an emotional dad whose daughter's missing. What? I can't believe you would ask me that. That's my baby. Why? How the fuck could I know? And I done called the police. I done called these people. I done told y'all she missing. Y'all should be out here looking for the one who took her. It wasn't none of that. The detectives is like, look, he's recalling the whole story and he hasn't broken, cried. He hasn't shedded a tear yet. Boom, let's bring him in. Yeah, we arrested y'all for the murder of your daughter. She broke instantly in the investigation room. Probably broke in the car on the way down there. Yeah, I did it. We did it. We hit her body in the grave. Yeah, and you deserve the chair for it. Both of them. Both of 4-year-old Javeayah Harris' parents, they deserve the chair for it.
Happened, it's just unbelievable.
And knowing what happened in response to that 911 call, the massive search that started that Tuesday night, the hundreds of law enforcement that showed up to Bethel Baptist Church, which is the staging area that they met at before starting the search each day, knowing the amount of resources that went into the search, the thousands of acres that they covered, and the strangers that were worried about this little girl, wanting to find her, holding on to hope that she was out there somewhere. And well, we've said this time and time again, but the community response to this, I mean, even right now, you can hardly go on social media and not see Javeayah's face or her name, and that just goes to show you how worried this community was for this little 4-year-old girl who none of us knew this time.
People love Javeayah. She was innocent. Like I said, she was innocent of hurt. She was innocent of wrongdoing. She was only guilty of loving. Because as a baby, that's really all you know how to do. The learning how to hate, the learning how to live, the learning how to come into yourself and personality comes from your family and your life experiences, school, influencers. You know what I'm saying? When you're a baby, when you're a toddler, a baby, you only know how to love. You want to hug everybody. Your parents have to tell you, no, don't hug them. You don't know them. You know what I'm saying? Stranger danger. Your parents have to tell you that. And both of the parents were trying to exclude themselves. Her and the police called him over the interview, saying that she's friendly. She doesn't know stranger danger. She's like nice to everyone. Ain't no parents finna say that about their 4-year-old, because they ain't gonna allow their 4-year-old to be nice to everyone. And for y'all volunteering that type of information, it's like y'all trying to exclude y'allself. Only reason y'all would try to exclude y'allself is if you were guilty. These bitches guilty, man.
Last week,
we know this.
The memorial that is set up outside of our house, you see it right here with the Mickey Mouse and Minnie Mouse balloons, the pink candles, the stuffed animals. It really touches your heart to see how she's brought just a group of complete strangers together, all who were just worried about this little girl and wanted to find her.
And they still want her to come home tonight as the search for 4-year-old Javeayah Harris continues, Zaina.
And for the parents, here's what comes next. Her parents will have a bond hearing in circuit court within the next 30 days. They have another 9 days to file paperwork for a preliminary hearing. Herring's first court appearance is September 18th.
They won't get
Harris's
it.
first appearance is September 19th. As for Javeayah, authorities believe her body is located nearly a couple hours away north near the edges of Chester and Fairfield counties.
Yeah, they've been searching around the Great Falls area for several days and still no sign of Javeayah as of yet. Your Meredith Anderson is out there once again with the latest.
AI agents.
They ain't found Javeayah's body yet, and they still out there. I told y'all they were still out there. They said, you know, it's probably at the end of both of these counties, which was outside of the county that Javeayah Harris was from. So to say it's at the end, it's probably at the tip end of either one of these counties, meaning that it may have been in the water. They may have threw her body in the water and it drifted up the stream, right? So I mean, they still following the story. We gonna keep up with the story. We want them to recover her body. We want her family that's outside looking in. We want her family to be able to bury her, you know, and put her to rest the right way. So we're praying that they recover her body. And we want them to recover her body, because if they recover her body, there's more charges brought against the parents, and we need that so they can get the death penalty. I mean, just as clear as that.
Hey, don't be scared.
We want them to
Here's how
get the death
Monday.com
penalty.
makes agents clear, easy, and user-friendly.
This appears to be the concentrated area where investigators are searching for 4-year-old Javeayah Harris's body. I'm standing at the entrance. It's access to the Debutary Creek. It is a creek that feeds into the Rocky Creek Lake. It is an area that is also
Y'all
known
come
as
on in,
Stumpy
like the
Pond
video,
here, and it's
subscribe to
because
the
of all
channel.
of the stumps
Don't forget
and
to
trees that are
subscribe.
in the water. It makes the area good for fishing, but it makes it difficult to navigate, and that's likely what investigators are dealing with. The problem today has been rain. When we first arrived, there were thunderstorms.
That's what
We've been
it
looking
is.
at radar, and it appears as though some more weather could be coming in the area. So this is a break in the action, which is allowing investigators to get drones in the air and have better access to the water that they're searching. We have seen a number of cars coming and going. No one is getting down this access road unless...
I knew they was most likely searching the water. There she goes. She said it. She just confirmed it for us. They searching the water, but it's been storming. You know what I'm saying? And that's how her body probably drifted from the area that it was in. We don't know what condition her body was in when they ditched her body. From them ditching her body a month ago, we don't know what condition her body is in right now. Like I said at the very beginning of this, I hope they find her body, because, you know, wildlife, wolves, coyotes, shit like alligators, you know what I'm saying, they'll feast on her body. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I didn't want, because it's gonna prove like the hurt and the pain and the suffering that she really had to go through. And we want to know that, because we want those two people to get what they deserve, because they weren't her parents. They were not her parents.
Unless you are law enforcement. So to give you an idea, we are outside the search area, and we're kind of monitoring who's coming and going. I can tell you DNR has the biggest presence here, at least from what I've seen, but we've also seen the Fairfield County Sheriff's Office. We've seen Fairfield County firefighters going back and forth, and we've also seen a number of unmarked cars. So we're not sure which agencies are involved, although I do know that something else too. When I was here Saturday, when I first got here, I wasn't alone. Javeayah.
Yeah, sled, that's them divers. They gonna come in and they gonna dive out there for Fairfield County. That was one of the counties. Fairfield water right now. And they got them divers out there. They got the sheriff county from all 3 counties out there. You know what I'm saying? And they got a couple unmarked cars out there.
Harris's family members, who actually live not too far from here, just up the road, came here as well, and they came here in tears. They were heartbroken. They wanted information. Some of them had found out about this over social media, so they saw law enforcement presence and they came to ask questions and get answers. Sadly, they have not been given any answers. We have not had any updates. I'm just able to tell you what I've seen as I've been out here. And I will continue to stay out here and monitor the search efforts today. But for now, that's the very latest here at the Fairfield County, Chester County line in South Carolina. Meredith Anderson, on your side.
Meredith, thank you. And outside of Javeayah's home, a memorial grows to remember.
Yep. So there was the phone call from the mother. We got the interview from the dad. Hold on. Okay. On show call release. Give me a second. Okay, there's interview. Okay. This is where I wanted it. Where is her dad's interview? Give me a second, y'all. I'm trying to get the dad's interview right quick. Give me a second. I'm trying to get the one directly from the news station that he took it with. Where my guy? First one that had it. Okay, just to get it right here. Add a little bit more to it. Hold on. Give me a second. Here. Parents arrested. Javeayah Harris home. We believe 4 parents arrested. Come on, man. Where is it? Okay, bond denied, so it's before this. Sure, provide. Javeayah. Okay, it was before the candlelight, so. Let me see. Okay, maybe if I put the news station name in, it'll give it to me over phone with DWR. DW. Boom. Okay, here it is. I got it, y'all. Boom. Alright.
Did your child start using Instagram,
Okay.
YouTube, Facebook,
I got the interview from the dad.
ages of 8 and 18, and later
Boom.
developed anxiety,
I knew that was
depression,
gonna catch
eating
it.
disorders, body dysmorphia, or
Here it is.
A 4-year-old girl missing for nearly 2 days. Search teams have now covered more than 3,000 acres in Aiken County by helicopter, drone, and on foot.
This family is living a nightmare. We are doing everything we can to bring Javeayah home.
If you know anything, authorities want to hear from you tonight. We're continuing to follow breaking news tonight out of Aiken County, where local, state, and federal authorities are nearing 2 days of searching for 4-year-old Javeayah.
Yeah, they finna play that phone
is
call.
live from the command center in Aiken County, as well as right here in studio, working to bring you all the information we have on search efforts. We go out live now to your Will Rio and Brett Buffington.
Well, Zaina,
Y'all don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel.
Is brought home safely here. As you said, that we have now searched 3,000
And this is in,
There's 200 law enforcement officials.
this is in Aiken County, South Carolina. And they said that, the news just said that they have now searched just a little over 3,000 acres in the search for Javeayah Harris.
Around here, it is hot out here, and time is of the essence. So they shared a map this afternoon of just this search area. It is massive. Some 200 law enforcement personnel trained, specifically FBI agents here, in the search for missing children. Part of this search is they ask for anyone with digital evidence in this missing persons case to please submit it. The website link on our website, WRDW.com, this afternoon. And that, as the sheriff says, this community's heart is breaking. So many of these people part of the search will, they are parents. They are uncles, cousins, grandparents. They have little ones. This little girl, 4 years old, not 4 feet tall, just 40-something pounds. And they believe that she wandered off. They still have no reason to believe that she did not do more than that. The sheriff said this afternoon.
And this is right before they arrest the parents. So that's why you hear the news anchor saying the parents don't know where she is. They have no reason to believe that the parents is involved any kind of way, right? But they're gonna give that interview to the father, and the day after the father gives that interview, they're gonna match it to the 911 call, find out it's something up, and they're gonna go arrest both of the parents, and then the mother is gonna confess. But at the same time, she could be lying and saying and taking up for him because he's abusive and he beats on her, and say, yeah, I killed her, knowing that he killed her. Right? That's why they both deserve the death penalty. If she take all the charges, he don't get to escape. They still hit him with the charges. He is guilty as she is. They both killed their daughter, only 4 years old.
Could somewhere be not far from that home, just a half a mile. And that's why we're still seeing the roadblocks here all around us, is that they are thoroughly checking every single car that is coming in and out of this area where the command center is. And to go back to the community support and what so many families are feeling here tonight, he said a lot of these these investigators and searchers out here have kids of their own. They know what it's like to go through stuff like this, and that's the big impact. As you see helicopters in the air today and ground crews out here trying to find any kind of sign of Javeayah Harris. You have to think in the back of your head, and I've covered 2 other large-scale searches like this for missing children in my career, and I can tell you, this is something that weighs on everybody who... Oh.
They all have that in the back of their head that this little, they all have that in the humidity that was going to make the field like temperatures. There's a heat warning coming out tomorrow where it's going to feel like 108. An investigation going on right now where it's been properly searched in Bond. That's going out. An officer came back and said, hey,
Trying to find the damn better.
Law enforcement officers in person.
and so many people asking the question of what.
Then wandered off. That's what the sheriff's office has told us, is that she wandered off. That's the you can see. So he sped home. That's when he saw the large law enforcement presence. Drones already in the air. They were already asking him questions. And then they said that this has just been heartbreaking for them. Again, this is his narrative that he described to me in his own words. He says that this is truly devastating. They don't know what happened to Javeayah, and they are still wanting to know. They never thought that something like this would hit so close to their own community and family.
You have to think about that father. What a nightmare to pull back into what this scene must have looked like. It has grown.
Now, they just think that he's innocent at that time. That wasn't even the actual. That wasn't even the actual phone call. That was him explaining the phone call. That was the actual anchor who had the phone call with the dad explaining what he said. Oh, that might have been it. Man, this motherfucker got to be far back. I'm talking about far back. Hold on. Yeah, I'm getting close. Um, 6 days ago. Where in the fuck is this interview at, y'all? The actual interview. Did they make them take it down? Maybe that's why I couldn't find it in my history, because they made them take it down. Nah, let me see. Because my boy Carlos King, he had the interview too. Okay. I think we can get it from my boy. Hold on. Yeah, they might have had them take that motherfucker down. Let me see. He might have the damn
I just
interview.
watched somebody make $12,000 selling a T-shirt that took them literally minutes to make.
We have arrested Javeayah's parents.
That she has been, dead for over a month now. He basically said that, he left to go to the store, and when he was on the way back,
Nah, I think this is the interview right here.
The street blocked off. And
Carlos
like
got
he
it.
didn't think that it was, pertaining
I think
to
he's
his
finna
house.
play the interview right here. Let's see if he finna play the interview.
think when he left, he told her to call, and that's how things went the way that they went. Now, I do have a phone call interview that he did with someone, and I'm going to let y'all listen to that right now, and then I'm going to
It's
let
the
y'all
phone
see
call
a lot of other
interview
things
from
as
the
well,
dad.
too, and all of the facts. But this is what he had to say in this phone interview with his lame weird ass. This is it right here.
He gonna say the same shit that she said about Javeayah to the operator, to the 911 operator. Now, when this started getting out and we started playing it all around social media, the cops was able to hear it and go to the news station and get the recording of the call and compare it to the operator call. And what they wanted to compare out of both of the calls is what both of the parents said about Javeayah. It's a 4-year-old baby girl. So all of this, she was nice to everybody. She wasn't with like stranger danger. Like, she didn't know about stranger danger. It's y'all responsibility to teach her that as parents. So for you to say that, volunteer that information, you incriminate yourself with the police, because they look and say, why do you volunteer that information when it's not needed? You volunteer it to cover for yourself. Why are you covering for yourself? Let's look into it. And now you got the detectives on you. Here go that call right here. Let's hear his stuttering, dumb, illiterate, baby killing ass.
I had the chance to talk with the father.
Y'all like the video, subscribe to the
It was an
channel.
interesting conversation. I talked to him over the phone, and it was an initial interview that I had with him, and he told me a little bit about what happened, what the search was like, what he knows, and I'll give you a rundown, and then we'll actually play the call as well, so you can hear it for yourself to give yourself some context. Now, he told me that he went out to run a few errands, went to go get candy for Javeayah. She said she wanted some.
That's the lie. That's one of the lies. He went to the store to get candy for Javeayah, right? That's how you know that they planned to report her missing together. And we just analyzed that they most likely planned this because she told the operator she was 39 weeks, which means she knew she was finna have the baby, probably somewhere around the 4th, right? His parents calling to see when she's gonna have the baby because they want to be there. She's telling them somewhere around the 4th. They like, okay, we're gonna be there, but y'all have Javeayah there. We want to take her over to the house with us, have Javeayah there. So they like have to come up with this plan to report her missing, so the family don't know that they done killed her. And that's the plan they came up with. I'm gonna go to the store. Like, you and her was outside, you was watching her, right? You went in to cook and check on the clothes, and run her bath water, and you was in 10 minutes in the house and came back out and found them missing. By the time I get back from the store, the police will be here. But I'm gonna buy some candy. I ain't just gonna buy my beers. I'm gonna buy some candy. So when I get back, it'll support your story that you was watching her. I went to the store to get her some snacks, right? You just stepped in for a minute. When you stepped back out, she was gone. And then the shit started playing out like that. And then he made around the corner, and he's telling this in the interview, made around the corner, got close. I seen the big police presence. I saw it was in front of my house. I knew my girl was pregnant, so I rushed down there. You ain't say shit about Javeayah. You saw a big police presence. You think it's about your girl being pregnant? You would have saw ambulance, fire department there too. And probably only 1 or 2 uniformed police cars if it was about your girl being pregnant. But you said nothing about Javeayah in the interview when you came up, right? Then you said you run up to the house, your girl there crying, saying Javeayah's missing. You don't tell them this, but we know when the police start questioning you about, did you see? Yeah, I saw before I left, they was in the yard. She was playing in the chicken coop. I went to get her some candy and got myself a couple of beers and some Mad Dog 22. Because he say all of this in the phone interview. He got a couple of beers and some Mad Dog 2020, stuff like that. So you know when he made it back, he said, yeah, I got a candy and everything. She was just here. He lying too. Listen to her,
Went
y'all.
to a few other stores, ended up at a laundromat, and that's when he saw a large law enforcement presence. And at the time, his girlfriend was actually pregnant, so maybe he thought that she was going into labor. That's what he told me. That's his narration of what happened. He raced home, and that's when he saw a large law enforcement presence at his home, drones in the air. Investigators actually started talking to him, and he wasn't allowed to go in the house or check anything. He had no idea what was going on. He tells us that his girlfriend actually couldn't contact him because she didn't have cell service, though she was the one who did call 911 for help.
He also said, now this is what gave it away. He said, my girlfriend wasn't able to call me and ask me for help and tell me about our daughter being dead. But she called 911 operator and reported it to them. That's one of the main things I said before this shit even came out. I said when we first listened to the interview last week sometime, I said, this nigga then said that his girl couldn't call him, but we got her calling the operator. It's a cellular device that she called them on. You said she didn't have no cell service to be able to call you. They checked, the detectives checked and said, how did she call the operator to report the girl missing? Do they got a house phone, a landline, underground? That's underground cable. Cell phones ping from towers. They saw it was a cell phone. So what you just lie for? What you mean she couldn't call you? Well, we gotta look into this deeper because y'all hiding something, and that's what they did.
Oh, according to an incident report from the sheriff's office, they tell us that Javeayah was last seen in the front yard.
Watch this, and when the sheriffs and the detectives looked into it deeper, that's when they found out the parents had something to do with this. Let's go lock them up for the murder of their daughter, and that's when the mother confessed that she was the one who abused her and killed her. 4-year-old Javeayah Harris. The mother confessed. That's when she confessed. Why did she confess straightforward? Could he have been beating her and she allowed it to go on because it stopped him from beating her, which don't make her any less guilty than she already is? But he's that abusive, just like the drug man. When he with his girl, the drug lord, and he got 20 pounds in the back and the police pull him over and she take the charge because he's abusive, and she know he's gonna bond out if they give her a bond, but she's gonna lay down the time for him because she fear him. Oh, you fear him? Yeah, I fear him. So she lay down the time. Could it be that situation? Or is she just a deceitful ass person? That innocent face, she's easy to deceive people, and she's a natural killer. Which one y'all think it is?
Chickens at their chicken coop. The sheriff telling us that she just wandered off. That's what they think, and that's what they know right now, is that they believe that she has wandered off and that there was no abduction. There's been a lot of talk about that Amber Alert. That's part of the criteria for issuing one of those. So the father, again, telling me that it's been emotional for them. It's been very hard not knowing what happens. He says that you see this in movies, you see this on TV, but you don't expect it to happen in your own community or your own family. And he said that Javeayah was not one to run away or has not done that in the past. She was extremely friendly. There were initial reports that she was a child with autism. We learned out that that's not necessarily true, but
I told you, both of them said she was completely friendly. She didn't know about stranger danger. Like that wasn't her. Like she's her own fucking person and she ain't nothing but 4 years old right now.
She may be on the spectrum. She was not nonverbal. She's very communicative and can talk. So that has changed since the very beginning. So I know that there is a lot of conversation happening around that initial interview and conversation that I had with the father. There was supposed to be a follow-up interview where we could ask more questions and get more information from him, but that did not happen. So we're stuck with what we have right now from the family, but it does give us some insight. We're going to play that call for you so you can listen for yourself and draw your own conclusions, and you can hear for yourself what he had to say.
Okay, I got up around five-ish, and my daughter was outside playing, my girl was out there watching her, and she was in.
I got up around 5-ish, and my daughter was outside playing, and my girl was watching her. 5 p.m. And then both of them telling the judge he got a job. 5 p.m. You waking up at 5 p.m. You ain't, no. Unless you work a night shift. But you wake up at 5 p.m. and you go to the corner store and you get some beers. Nah, you're not working. You waking up at 5 p.m. from the hangover yesterday. You going to get you some beers to hangover tonight, to hangover into the next day. You ain't working no motherfucking job. You can't make me believe he work a job.
At the house, I say that. And I was going to get up and wash the clothes. Yeah, what else can I say? I left the house around, what, 6, like late 6, maybe like early 7. It was probably around like 6, and I got back to the house maybe around 7:15.
He's a liar.
My daughter said they wanted some candy, like she wanted some suckers, and she wanted cookies. And I had went to like three stores maybe in between those times to go get gas, Black Miles, and I had to get some drinks, like some little Mad Dogs and stuff like that.
He's stupid. And, he's lying.
I left and I went back to dry the clothes. I was watching them. I was sitting there for a little minute.
See how many times I said
like, these 3 stores that I'm saying, like I saw these 3 stores already, but I went to a store last. Gotcha. And I was back at the I was back at the washing machine outside the side of Circle K. And then when I was at Circle K, I was seeing a lot of police and stuff going through, and I was wondering. I was like, a lot of stuff goes on in Aiken to where like you would be like, okay, that's the police.
He volunteering all this unnecessary information. I was walking back to the store from Circle K, and I seen the police, and a lot of stuff goes on in Atkins, so I seen the police, and I was like, you seen the police, and you was like, what? Could they be going to my house? Because if you thought something like that, then we know you killed him. Because I see the police in the ambulance rushing past me when I'm coming from the store sometimes, but I don't say they going to my house. They probably, could they be going to my house? No, I don't say that. And if they is going to my house when I get back, I am fucking shocked that they at my house. What is going on? But I don't bring them up in a situation like this to try to explain that I saw them and I was like, yeah, no, fuck them. Finna be back on the way to the house. I don't really tell him everything I done coming from the store, give him my full fucking day, because he's not a detective and I ain't got nothing to explain to nobody. But tell you to sit, if I wanted to explain, I'm telling you the situation of how I found out my daughter was dead, which was, I was coming back from the store, from getting me something, and I got her a couple of things, and I got my girl some chocolate. I'm coming back from the store, and I hit the corner, I see a big police presence. I know my girl pregnant, but a big police presence ain't for my girl being pregnant. So I'm like, what the fuck is going on? And I rush down there. And she tell me something horrible, and I don't want to say it back because, and I'm going to be crying and some more shit. If it was one of my children, or if it was her that went missing or got deceased. I'm going to be fucking crying when I recall this situation because it was my baby. But he don't break out crying not once. Listen to him.
Whatever. But I didn't know that it was my house. My girlfriend, at the time, she didn't have service. She didn't have service on her phone, so she couldn't call me.
Y'all heard the anchor say, this is the dad.
So when I came back to the house,
he still ain't crying yet.
I seen a police truck.
Look, he just talking about it.
And that's when I started speeding up because I was like, it's something going down like close to my house. When I got turned on my road, I seen a whole bunch of police like right in my house. So that's when I heard
he
it.
Still ain't
got to the house and I was like,
got
what's going
emotional.
on? I thought my girlfriend was in labor because
the detective saw this shit.
You know what I'm saying? Stone, so she ended up having a child.
He recalling the whole situation and he's still not emotional.
She came up crying to me saying my Javeayah missing. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like,
finding out his daughter missing.
And the detectives were telling me I couldn't go look and stuff like that because they didn't want me to mess up the area or whatever. But that's basically what happened up until all of this came.
Y'all tell me, if your 4-year-old daughter, 4-year-old son, 4-year-old niece, 4-year-old nephew, 4-year-old grandchild, if they go missing and it was near you, and you coming back to the house and you find out they missing from the house and you're on the news a couple of days later and they're still missing and you're recalling the situation when you first found out they was missing, you telling me you're not gonna get emotional not once? How you doing, Aquila? You telling me you're not gonna get emotional once? This man didn't get emotional once. That's why they opened the investigation on him.
It came about.
Okay, is she known to run away? Like, has there been past issues with that, with her? Is she known to do that?
He finna say that friendly shit.
Not run away, but I will say that she's
I will say she friendly.
Like, she's friendly, like she doesn't, like, it's not a stranger danger thing with her.
See, it's not a stranger danger thing with her.
She didn't get that. She didn't understand that. She was just all friendly to everybody. She was very respectful. Like, yes, ma'am, no.
Y'all like the video, subscribe to the channel.
That's what she do. We raised her.
Hey, Linda. I see you back.
That's why, like, they had me kind of, like, messed up. But they were saying that she was not, like, she's non-verbal and that. Like, yeah, she was, they said she's autistic and, like, that was, like, the media was, like, messing. I don't want to cuss, but
this guy is a real liar.
They have a good description of my child to try to describe her.
What's a good, is she autistic or is she on the spectrum at all? Is that true?
She was on the spectrum when she was born, but they said that she couldn't be tested until she was 4 years old.
Okay, so it's on, you guys just don't know.
Exactly.
Gotcha.
Exactly. We never gave
He just ran.
She's never given a sign that she is, autistic. She talks good.
He's trying to prove that he's innocent when he know he's guilty. Therefore, open investigation on him. Listen. I have no clue. Like, sir, I don't,
like, it's really wild, but I had, like I said, I gave all these information about people snooping around the house. It was like since I started.
Man, do you hear this, man?
From Friday, Thursday, really, but from Friday to Monday, I had to work. I was working night shifts.
This nigga said, man, sir, I don't know. He didn't want to say he didn't know. He said, I don't, sir, I don't. Sir, like, I had gave the detectives all this information since I started working about these guys walking around the house. It's like a cut by a house that people walk through. Listen, I don't think he told the detectives that. And when the detectives heard it and they read his report and they asked the detectives that questioned him, did he say that? And they said no. Why the fuck would he? Fuck, we've been looking for someone. We've been looking in the wrong areas. We need to be looking at the parents. And they went to the board and they took the parents' pictures from the bottom of the board and put them at the very top of the board. Looking into the parents and found out, hey, these timelines don't match. Both of them are trying to put the baby in her own mindset, like she doesn't know this and she doesn't know that, when it's their responsibility to train her about stranger danger and all of this. Why are they both bringing it up? Why did she bring it up on the call, on the 911 phone call, and why did he just take an interview with the news station and bring it up then? And then he didn't even want to say he didn't know. He said, sir, I don't. Let me replay that for y'all. I want y'all to hear it. Listen. Listen, and you don't know what happened to her. Watch
you guys
this.
have no idea what could have happened to her.
I have no clue.
Sir, like,
I don't.
sir, I don't, like, it's really wild. See how he changed it? He didn't want to say it. He said he had no clue, but he didn't want to say he didn't know. He was getting ready to say it, but then he switched. But Friday to Monday, I had to work, and I told the detectives about these people. Every time I left, she'll tell me it's been people doing this and that, third, and this around the house. People just been talking and walking real slow, just things like that. That's what your girl been telling you. It sound like you making this shit up. Like my girl had, I told detectives, like, people be walking around the house and doing strange things while I'm gone since I started this new job. And I told them my girl said that people be walking and talking real slow, like things like that. People be walking and talk. It sound like you lying. Them folk had to open up investigation on these folk.
I've been telling them that, but
how are you going through all of this?
He ain't cried not once.
I didn't got a little bit of it out, but it's like,
I done got a little bit of it out, but it's like,
it's killing me.
Not knowing, it's killing me.
It's killing me, like,
he can't cry.
Because, like,
he trying to make himself cry.
Often, but you don't expect it to be.
And is the mother, is she your wife?
He trying to make himself cry, but he can't cry.
How is she doing?
She's still a little tore up, but she's making it. She's trying to stay calm.
She's still a little tore up, but she's making it.
She had to go, like, really go in labor early because all the stress that was going down. She had that baby the same night that all of this happened.
Okay, now that y'all heard what he had to say, you know, it's simple.
She had the baby the same night that all of this happened. Man, that shit is crazy, y'all. Rest in peace, Princess Javeayah Harris. 4-year-old Princess Javeayah Harris. Man, it's a tragedy. Man, we got to keep this going, man. We got to keep this going every night. I'm sorry I missed the night streaming live and everything, but we talking about the young guy, Nolan. We talking about Javeayah Harris. We talking about Karmelo Anthony. We even talking about the young lady whose identity is still disclosed from Florida, who shot the older Caucasian guy in self-defense. We talking about all of those topics. Whether the black person is guilty of the crime or not guilty of the crime, we touch on some of the most touchiest subjects here at Blocstarr Imis Analytics. You know what we are? We are Blocstarr Analysts. And what did we just do? We just analyzed the fuck out of this shit. Listen, I love you, chat, and thank you, chat. Don't forget to like the video, comment down below, and subscribe to the channel to become a part of the family. Listen, man, you've been chilling with yours truly. It's Blocstarr Imis, all the way from Memphis. Don't you forget me, man. I love y'all, chat. I'll see y'all today.